Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of the Kool Kids Klan Fury. We are live here tonight from the PNC Arena, home of the NHL's Carolina Hurricanes. We definitely know somebody in the server that loves themselves some Carolina Hurricanes. Here in Raleigh, North Carolina, the final Revolt, not the final Revolt, Revolt was last night. The final Fury before Fall Brawl next week. It is going to be an absolute stacked show next week. And tonight is just as good because we're going to kick off the show here with tag team competition as Mechalution's Earth Chan and Diva take on, of course, the birthday girl herself, Monica. Of course, it was actually, yesterday, but, we're celebrating a day late. It don't matter. You're teaming up with her, of course, her Literature Club partner, Yuri. We never see Yuri here on Fury, but tonight seems like we're getting ourselves a little gift by having her compete here tonight. It's Mechalution against the Literature Club. Look at the absolute stacked crowd we have here. And here comes Mechalution's Earth Chan and Diva, the former Kool Kids Klan Women's Tag Team Champions.
On the way to the ring, the future Earth and D-Man.
And of course, Earth Chan. Yeah, okay, thank you, Joe. Anyways, like I was saying, Diva and Earth Chan, obviously Earth Chan failed to cash in, quite some time ago, maybe like 1 or 2 months ago around that time frame. But maybe it seems like, she's been she really has spent a lot more time with Diva. And tonight, of course, ever since they lost the Tag Team Championships, they haven't really been shown around here as often as they, expected. But tonight, they're looking to square off against the Literature Club's Monica and Yuri. That incredible ovation for Monica. All my homies love Monica. And of course, Monica and Yuri teaming up actually for the first time together. We know that Sayori and Natsuki are usually the more dominant team when it comes to the Literature Club, since they are the, the two-time women's tag team champions. But Monica and Yuri, it would be interesting to see if they could climb up the rankings. Maybe we could see, Literature Club members fighting against each other for the titles. It's definitely a possibility. But Monica and Yuri, they're trying to showcase here that they don't just stand behind, Sayori and Natsuki. That they can also get in the ring when they need to. The bell rings, and we're gonna kick off this matchup here with an instant classic rivalry in Monica and Earth Chan. These two date back from the very early days of Revolt, when they used to feud for the women's championship. And of course, now you see Monica just dodging Earth Chan so effortlessly. And maybe at this point, it's more kind of a sparring match. They don't really have, personal tensions as they used to. Obviously, Earth Chan and Monica have completely... Oh, and it seems like I may have misunderstood, because Earth Chan definitely does not play, what's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't play fair in these parts. And Monica, though, she's going on the offense, and Earth Chan counters, slams her on the mat. Like I was, trying to say before I lost my wording there, Monica and Earth Chan have definitely changed throughout the last year, and it seems like now Diva was more associated as Earth Chan's protege, so to speak, and she's been doing great so far on Fury. She's been showing, she's incredibly athletic, incredibly agile. She's definitely got, the skills, the tools needed to be a big-time player here on Fury, and she's going right after the former women's champion. Goes for the forearm there, and now Monica's in trouble. She's in the corners. Can you imagine? Literally, she just celebrated her birthday last night, and then just to lose here on Fury against Diva. Great athleticism by Diva from Mechalution. And you see Monica trying to grab on here, but of course, gravity 1, Monica 0. Even though this girl is an omnipotent being, it don't matter. Gravity's always going to be the end result of this. But Diva's bringing a fight to Monica, obviously. May have misunderstood her, and it seems like going for another strong spear, and then another one. Brilliant execution by Diva. I could honestly be thinking what she could plan here. And now Earth Chan, she tried to go for an attack, but of course Monica was too far away to do any sort of damage. But Monica's definitely taking a beating in this matchup. As Diva, good strategy by her to just wear down Monica as much as possible. Yuri can't make the tag, and she just gets whiplashed on the ropes. Jesus Christ. I'm just going to stretch out the arm here. Diva doing everything possible just to absolutely ruin Monica's week. This would be a disaster for her. But Monica, she's fighting back. But I guess not, because of course Diva's going to go for a helicopter spin. Very easily, she executes it as well. Not many, competitors able to escape it. But Monica, it seems like now she's back on the offense. You see her just kind of just swiping the dust off her shoulders. Maybe has a better ring rust since we haven't seen her compete in quite some time. But honestly, I think Yuri's the one that needs to be in this ring right now, because she's got more ring rust than all women involved in this matchup. And here comes the double team by Mechalution. Brilliant strategy here. Great tag team chemistry. That's exactly why they were women's tag team champions at one point of their careers. And of course, they would love nothing more than to win the titles again. But honestly, Earthchain tried to go for something there. It doesn't look like it worked out so well in her favor. This time she's just kind of going easy now. Going for a boot and then just a punch to the face there. Using both of her hands and just gripping them to get as much force as possible onto Monica's face. And now Monica's struggling. She's got to get a tag in on Yuri at some point of the matchup. Monica's going to Irish whip her in the ropes though, and now Earthchain's on the outside, and Monica's going to take this opening to tag in her partner, and here comes Yuri. Let's see what Yuri can do in the ring here. Got a headlock on Earthchain. And that's all that she could do, because apparently she got tired out, and a nice hurricanrana there by Earthchain. Yuri's already immediately in trouble. I can kind of see why Sayori and Natsuki are the more successful tag team of the team. And Earthchain is just going to capitalize on this moment, but Yuri may have faked her out for a split second there. It seems like she's going to bring her to the ropes here, throwing her to the outside. What could she be thinking? Yuri going to roll out here, making sure, trying to get some damage done here. And Earthchain's going to go after the leg of Yuri. Yuri's not going down without a fight, though, let me tell you that. Honestly, she's just trying to take her somewhere, but instead she's going to face plant her on the apron there. Could have just thrown her to the announce table or something. It's like right there, but it seems like Yuri's strong Irish whip gets her back into the ring in time. And she's going to take a shot at Earthchain before she does manage to get back in the ring. Nice leg drop on the apron. Yuri once again on the offense. Monica was unable to do so a lot throughout the duration of this thing. But Earthchain's such a skilled wrestler, there's definitely no sleeping on Earthchain. But for a spear, but Yuri countered into a DDT. Great execution there, great reversal. I don't know what Earthchain's trying to do. And immediately you see Diva just kind of interfered with Earthchain's plans, and Yuri managed to capitalize. And now she's going to just kick her vigorously here on the outside of the ring. Referee's at a 2 count. Obviously, you can't win this thing by count out. I mean, you can, but where's the fun in that? And immediately you see Earthchain just pressing Yuri onto that hard apron, making sure that if they're going to win this thing, they're going to take the cheap way out and win this thing by count out. Yuri shoves her off, though. Diva just watching as her partner is getting beat up by the side of the ring here. Now Yuri, honestly, I don't know what she's planning up to here at this point. Trying to throw her back in, and she manages so. But Diva just does not move, and now Diva's going to put her hands on Yuri. Oh my god, and Yuri just chucked Diva right onto the steel steps. She's got to focus on what's happening in the ring. Yuri's got to get back in here. Oh, and there we go. She made it back in for the 9 count. Right after beating up Diva, she just effortlessly, tried to pin Earthchain. Just how much of a Chad Yuri is. And now Earthchain going for the straight jacket German suplex. This could be the ending here, and he plants it. Perfect bridge here. Yuri still manages to kick out. You see Diva's back on the apron, though, despite the fact that she got thrown on those steel steps. And Earthchain's going to put this thing away, looking to shatter Monica's heart to pieces, and there it is, the insane elbow. Cover. Is this it? Mechalution to win this matchup, and Monica saves it for the team. But now you see Mechalution going right after Monica. Monica's going to take a fight at Earthchain, and it seems like she got back to the outside. And Diva's letting her know, you better watch out where you throw hands around here or else I'm going to step up. And the focus is back on Yuri and Earth Chain, who are the legal competitors in this matchup. Earth Chain gets thrown back to the outside. Earth Chain and Yuri seem to, they really like competing and fighting on the outside for some reason. Monica trying to shake off a bit of, bit of weariness that happened there. Earth Chain gets back into the ring. And Yuri did not capitalize in time. It's in the corner shots here. For another drop kick, completely missed. Yuri is just calculating. She's literally doing the math and the calculations and whatever the hell she's good at. Right in her head right before it happens. It's like, that's so Raven. And here we go. Yuri, single leg Boston Crab on Earth Chan. Is she going to tap out here? Are we going to see the Literature Club pick up a win here tonight against the former tag team champions? And she plants him there. Technically, if you want to really talk about, history makers, I mean, Mecha Lucian kind of made history right now by being the first, team to face every single member of the Literature Club in some sort of matchup. Considering they fought, Sayori and Natsuki for the tag titles, and they got now Monica and Yuri. Well, I guess that's an accomplishment for them. But Earth Chan's throwing hands here. And just like that, she's going for a second German straight. Oh my God, got her. Straight jacket German suplex. Sorry for my wording. However, is this it? Earth Chan to take the victory here tonight. And Monica once again breaks it up. Diva's mad now. Diva's very frustrated. She's very pissed off at Monica, even though she won't do anything about it. Yuri's got to get back in this. She does manage so. Uses the attack there, and Earth Chan counters with a punch of her own. Went for the kick. Yuri countered right in the knee. Went for the kick once again, but Earth Chan back on the attack. And nice execution. Brilliant reversal by Yuri to go after the arm. Trying to dislocate it, trying to dismember it. Yuri's strategy in this case is, try not to go for too many punches or kicks because that's going to wear you out more. You got to go for the strategic way and, get as much damage as possible to the limbs, especially the arms, without having to do much. And now Earth Chan, of course, took my advice, and that's exactly what she's doing to Yuri. Earth Chan seems like she's going for the tag to Diva, and now Diva's back in the matchup. It's been a while since she was in this match, and now Yuri's got to get back up, and now Diva and Yuri fighting in the middle of the ring here. And now they're in the corner of the ring. Yuri went to go get her, but of course, Diva managed to escape, and Yuri kicked to the gut. Irish whips her into the blue corner here. Yuri running at her, but once again, it's just reversal after reversal from these two teams. And now Diva looks to plant Yuri there. Monica desperate for the tag. Yuri can't make it just yet. She's too focused on Earth Chan over there that she doesn't know what's happening. And went for a strong drop kick in the corner. Yuri's back got absolutely destroyed. Nice kick up there by Diva. Made up a miscalculation there. She still managed to get it. But gets her back up to her feet. And now Yuri once again in trouble in the corner.
Football game.
What?
I'm at a football game right now.
There ain't no way. And now Diva just plants her there. Tell me who wins the football game.
Wabanti Valley wins because they always do. Because our team fucking sucks.
Disaster. Here we go. Diva plants her neck first there. And Yuri's done for. She's out. I don't see her getting back up anymore.
Oh, wait, did I wrestle today?
That was yesterday. And here we go. And Monica could not save it in time. And Diva picks up the victory. Revolt. What? You didn't wrestle yesterday. Revolt's on Thursdays.
So how? I never wrestled.
True. Wallet completely fell off.
No, you never give me any playtime. This is the fucking system.
Coach put me on the field. Please, I'm tired of sitting on the bench.
Exactly.
You'll get him someday. We'll see where we can fit you.
No, it was an inside joke.
Incredible. You see the replay there. Of course, Diva and Earth Chan gave a hell of a fight to Yuri there. Really moving. Of course, Diva and Earth Chan pick up the victory.
The future Earth and
For some reason, Wallet wanted to show up in the middle of a football game, but of course he just came out here to celebrate Diva and Earth Chan. Big victory for them here tonight. And coming up next, we have a matchup that we hardly ever see, really, but of course it's two former Knockouts champions competing in the middle of the ring as Undyne is set to go one-on-one against the current Women's World Champion Lois Griffin. She faced a loss last week to Rain, and of course she's got to defend the title next week at Fall Brawl. But of course Rain still got to decide the stipulation for that matchup, and maybe we'll find out tonight. It seems like Lois Griffin, she can't focus too much on her challenger. She's got to focus on the task ahead of her, and that is defeating Undyne here in this matchup. Who's going to win it? Let's see who it is. What a beautiful day in Raleigh, North Carolina. And now here comes the inaugural Kool Kids Klan Knockouts champion, and completely fell off the face of the earth ever since she lost that championship. And Undyne tonight, you know, she returned to Revolt when she teamed up with Hatsune Miku a couple of weeks ago to take on 0-2 and Karen Chungus. And of course, we still have to see that matchup later on in our main event with Hatsune Miku and 0-2 Falls Count Anywhere, which should be a hell of a fight, honestly. But Undyne here tonight, taking care of business by herself. She's ranked pretty high. And Undyne looks to get back on the momentum train. Looking to, and obviously, you know, defeating the women's champion would considerably put her as a contender for the title in the future. But it's not an easy feat. Lois Griffin is not an easy competitor. And now here comes the women's champion. She is in the building in Raleigh, North Carolina.
And her opponent, from Providence, Rhode Island, the Women's World Champion,
And Lois Griffin, despite the fact that she lost last week in that matchup in the main event, she's not really worried about it here. I mean, honestly, from her mindset, it's more of, you can put me in any type of matchup that you want. At the end of the day, I'm going to end up winning regardless. Those were her words, truly spoken. I definitely did not come up with that on the spot. Lois Griffin showing that she's going to be a dominant champion. And if we've learned anything from her from her Knockouts title run, is that Lois Griffin definitely has the capability of elevating the Women's World Championship. She's got to get through Undyne to do so. Getting ready for the bell here, as our great referee that never gets knocked out begins it, and the match goes underway. Lois Griffin immediately going for the attack. Suplex down on Undyne, and Undyne's already struggling in this matchup despite the early bell. Went for the knee to the back, but Undyne, of course, she's such a good competitor. Undyne using her brute strength to her advantage. Lois Griffin's going to try to use smarts here. Undyne plants Lois down on the mat. And now Undyne looking to break it here. Of course, we know Lois Griffin won the Knockouts title back at WrestleMania from Undyne, but it was more of that women's ladder match. So obviously, you know, these women have some history with each other. And of course, the challenger is here in the building. What could she be wanting here? Maybe playing mind games with the champion. Lois Griffin doesn't know what's happening here. She's frustrated. She's pissed off. I don't blame her. And Raida's gonna jump scare her right now. Oh my goodness gracious. And she just planted her. And now, my goodness, wait, she got a submission on her. Trying to make her tap out. And now Ray just got back outside of the ring, and Lois Griffin might get pinned here by Undyne. Cover. Is this it? Oh, and it's a kick out by Lois Griffin. Of course, Rain, you know, she didn't really hit a stunner here, but she tried to go for a sleeper hold of some sort. Interesting take there. And now she just leaves the ring here. Already, you know, made a distraction on Lois Griffin, letting her know that no matter what you do around here, this is going to be your last fury as the women's champion before next week, when I, of course, take the title from you. And Undyne is just light work on the champion. Maybe this was their strategy, you know, backstage. Maybe Undyne knew this was going to happen. Doesn't seem like she was completely shocked by the result of that. But Lois Griffin, she's still fighting, though. Showing that regardless of everything that goes on around her, despite all the distractions, in the commotion. She's still in this matchup. She's not going to let it dictate the result of this. And for the slap, of course. And now Lois Griffin just taking her anger out on Undyne. Frustration boiling within her. Lois Griffin, you know, if she's getting to this point where she's just desperate and just beating up anybody for the sake of beating them up, maybe the mind games are working. Maybe Rain has gotten into Lois Griffin's head. Maybe Lois, you know, in the back of her mind, there's a teeny tiny voice that's telling her maybe there is a possibility of her losing the title. I mean, she got pinned by the challenger last week. Lois Griffin, I mean, right now she's still fighting. She's got to focus on what's in front of her. She's got to focus on beating Undyne here tonight, obviously. You know, if Undyne wins this thing, you know, she's definitely down the road for a future championship matchup. And that would be even more stress for Lois Griffin if she managed to retain. Now going for the arm here, as Undyne is wearing down the champion as much as possible. Lois Griffin struggling here. She's unable to escape. Undyne is just planting it and just stretching out her limbs here, trying to pull it out of her socket. She just let go of it. Undyne just realized that Lois Griffin wasn't going to give up there, so she just let it go. And it seems like she's going to finish her off another way. She's going for a gut wrench slam. Presses her down on the mat, and Undyne is not done. Brilliant execution there. Lois Griffin is struggling here. Cover. Is this it to defeat the women's champion? And it's a kick out by Lois. Undyne in disbelief. She's still got a lot more to go if she does want to defeat Lois Griffin. And now she's in trouble. Lois Griffin, look out behind you. You got Undyne looking to make you... Oh, well, I guess not. Lois managed to escape. I was going to say looking to make you get pinned here, but Lois Griffin's fighting. Lois Griffin back in this. As long as she can hit a spine buster, you know, that'll be the wear down of this matchup. A deadly move from Lois Griffin every time she manages to hit it. And Irish whips her into the corner here. Undyne unable to see the knee to the back there. Now you see everybody just booing Lois Griffin. They hate her. They despise her right now. What could she be thinking? She just rolled out and then rolled back in. And she tried to go for a slap for a split second, but Undyne managed to capitalize, making sure that she knows that Lois Griffin is not at 100% mentally. Is she fighting? Yes, definitely, but there's a lot going on in her head here, and that's exactly why she's throwing these cheap shots at Undyne, because it's the last thing that she's thinking about. It's the last resort that she's willing to go to. And Undyne just plants her strong clothesline to the outside. Honestly, she'd be content with taking a count-out win here. Would that be the best result? Probably not. But Lois Griffin's in trouble here. The champion's she's gotta recuperate. She's gotta recover. Okay, man, kind of miscalculated there, but Undyne has got Lois Griffin back up on her shoulders. What is she thinking? Lois Griffin face first on the apron. Jesus Christ. Jesus Harold Christ. Undyne might actually win this matchup. Went for the punch to the gut. And now Undyne seems like she's going to Irish whip her into the steel steps here. If she's thinking of something else, but she took too long because Lois Griffin is fighting here. And that's kind of what you don't want to do. You don't want to waste too much time up on the outside. And now Undyne's going to throw Lois back in. We go once again inside the ropes, and Undyne went for the kick, but the champion counters. Got her in the corner, Undyne with the big boot. Went for the strong punch. Punch to the back as well. And honestly, she's not even trying to execute a move here. She's just running right at her in the corner there. Strong knee to the face. Reverse DDT there by Undyne. Covered out. This could be the end of the matchup. Lois Griffin's in trouble, and it's going to be a kick out. She's still in this fight. Undyne thinking about what the hell do I got to do to defeat her. You got to land her finisher. You got to land your finisher at some point. Can't just keep stalling it inevitably. And Lois Griffin, though, is struggling here. And Undyne has got her planted, and she slams her down on the mat. Could be nearing the beginning of the end, folks. Lois Griffin gets Irish whipped in the corner. Referee almost got stumbled there, just like he always does. Back elbow there by the champion. And now the spine buster. That's it. That's all she needed to win this thing. One spine buster, and it's over. And the champion looking to win this thing. Plants her face first. Spine buster. And that's going to be covering her. And for the win, Lois Griffin defeats Undyne here tonight. But I keep mentioning that as long as she can manage to hit that spine buster on Reign next week, she'll be able to retain the championship. But it's honestly hard to tell at this point of the rivalry. Undyne, she gave a good fight. There's no doubt about it. But at the end of the day, Lois Griffin to a victory here tonight. Saw Undyne went for a cover. Of course, it was not the end of it. Lois still managed to escape, and then we saw there, that was the end sequence. The spine buster on Undyne. Very few women rarely ever escape from that spine buster and rarely ever recover once they get hit by it. It's almost like they get paralyzed every time they get hit with the spine buster. Lois Griffin gonna celebrate here tonight in front of the people of North Carolina, as she's got a big time matchup next week against the challenger to defend the championship. And coming up next, of course, another team or another pair of women that are going to be very busy next week is the women's tag team champion Natsuki going one-on-one against one half of the #1 contenders of the Sailor Idol, Sailor Moon. Of course, they will fight for the tag team championships next week. Sayori unable to be here tonight because she ate a bunch of chocolate and cookies or whatever from last night, so she's sick at home. I definitely didn't come up with that just now. Let's see what Natsuki and Sailor Moon's got to do here in the ring. It seems today that all you see is violence in movies and fury on your TV. And here comes the Literature Club again. This time it's not Monica and it's not Yuri, but it's the tag team champion holding the fort down here. Oh, okay, apparently that's all she needed to say. Like I mentioned, so Yuri's not here tonight because she has a stomach ache. I sure wonder why she got a stomach ache. And Natsuki obviously gonna hold it down here for the women's tag team championship, looking to represent here tonight. Natsuki is going to go one-on-one with Sailor Moon here tonight. First time ever matchup here, which is honestly going to be intriguing. Saw Mio Honda defeated Sayori last week. Maybe Natsuki should be a bit worried about Sailor Moon. Maybe not many people, pay much attention to her, but she definitely can go in the ring. Sailor Moon tonight, fired up, ready to go. She would love nothing more than to capture her first championship in Fury next week if she defeats the Literature Club to become the tag team champions. And Mio Honda, like I've mentioned in the past, never won a championship in her career. And with this pairing of her and Sailor Moon, definitely a possibility for it happening. Sailor Idols have been showing throughout the last few weeks, throughout them showcased here on Fury, that they're a great team when they're united. But the Literature Club are just a different breed. They're going at it in singles competition here. Let's see what Sailor Moon is made of against a valiant competitor like Natsuki. Despite her stature, you do not want to underestimate her. Immediately going for the pin. No, not for the pin, but immediately you see her nice arm drag there by Natsuki. That's exactly what I mentioned. You don't want to underestimate Natsuki. Her size is more so her biggest advantage in these matchups because it's much more difficult to catch up to her. And now Natsuki's strong suplex there on Sailor Moon. She's got to roll back to the outside here. She could not handle Natsuki in the ring. And now these two are going to fight on the outside, but Natsuki manages to kick her in the gut. Go for the punch, and now Sailor Moon counters with a kick of her own. These two women fighting on the outside here. You got to be careful that they don't get counted out. Could be a possibility. We don't need these things happening here on our shows. And Natsuki and Sailor Moon just throwing hands right now. Gets back in the ring, and so does the champion. Goes for the punch to the face. And now Natsuki fired up here. She's got to get the challenger up to her feet. Get as much damage as possible before you got to finish this matchup with your finisher. Nice Hurricanrana there by Natsuki, and Sailor Moon, honestly, kind of struggling here. Mio Honda obviously out here with moral support. But Sayori's not here for Natsuki. Like I mentioned, I mean, we already know why, but maybe this could play a factor into Natsuki's confidence heading into this matchup. Maybe more so, you know, knowing that nobody's there in her corner to watch out for her back. But maybe this is the kind of thing that Natsuki, you know, she's more used to. Not used to, you know, she's not really more so comfortable with having a bunch of people in her corner trying to tell her what to do in her matches. So she's going at it flying solo here. And Sailor Moon, on the other hand, she's got Mio Honda here. And immediately you see Natsuki getting attacked here by the challenger. And now Sailor Moon gets taken down to the mat by Natsuki there. Nice move there. And now you see her just kind of stepping on her face here. Very effortlessly is Natsuki, you know, showing any sign of weakness, if at all. Cover here, is this it? It's going to be a kick out by Sailor Moon. Mio Honda watching along as her tag team partner is taking a beating in this matchup. Mio Honda, definitely a valiant competitor. Her and Sailor Moon, great duo. But you can only go so far as a great duo if you can't get the job done in the ring. Sailor Idols have shown in their win-loss record that, you know, they're definitely great competitors. Look for the kick to the gut there. Sailor Moon just taunting her. Natsuki, watch out, and she just clocked her in the face. Oh my god. The Sailor Moon looking to go for a slam here. Natsuki ate all of it. Her entire body shook from the impact of the fall. And it's going to be a cover and immediately a 1 count by the champion. Natsuki completely unfazed, and looks like Sailor Moon might want to finish this matchup already with the roll-up here. Can she take the victory? It's going to be a kick out by Natsuki once again. Now, if you're taking these roll-ups here, if you're going to execute these roll-ups, this may be a sign of desperation to finish the matchup. Maybe a bit overwhelmed by the champion. Sailor Moon still holding it down here. And by holding it down, I mean just going for a headlock here. Trying to get something done here. Trying to wear down Natsuki. Making sure that she does not get to do all of these flippy moves and dives and quickness to her advantage. And once you keep her grounded, that's really all you need in this match. The Sailor Moon kick to the gut. And Natsuki in trouble. We're going to suplex here. Suplex her here. Nice one. Once again, Sailor Moon going for the cover. Is this it, Natsuki? Can she kick out in time? And she does, already at a 1 count. Sailor Moon is already, you know, getting frustrated, despite the fact that Natsuki's been kicking out at 1. And Sailor Moon could put this thing away. Doesn't know what's gonna hit her. She's going for the belly to belly, and she gets it. Good night. Cover for the win here. Oh, and Natsuki still fights out of it. For a woman of that goddamn stature, she's putting up a hell of a fight. She's got that dog in her. And Sailor Moon, though, she's trying to go for a comeback, and there she is. She gets it. Connects it. Second time. And for some reason, Sailor Moon's the one that gets a comeback, despite the fact she just landed her finisher. And she's going around the world. Oh, and she gets her in the corner. Sailor Moon went for another punch. Natsuki counters. And now Natsuki showing that you can only be so quick around her. Plants her face first on the mat. It's only a matter of time before she lands a submission move for the victory. Immediately you see going for the jawbreaker there. And Sailor Moon, watch out. Nice wrist control there. But Natsuki shaking some of that pain away from her arm. Doesn't want to keep it too stiff. Going to interfere with the rest of the matchup. Now she's in the corner. What could she be thinking about here? She's maybe didn't look like she was going to fly, but instead maybe Natsuki's the one that's going to do it. Cover now. Natsuki's in trouble. Sailor Moon to pick up a victory against the champion. Oh, and it's a kick out once again. Sailor Moon pulling at all the stops, but at the end of the day, well, maybe this might be the end of the day for Natsuki if she lands the belly to belly for the second time. There it is. Natsuki's down. Cover. Sailor Moon to pick up a victory in this singles matchup. She kicks out again. How the hell Does Natsuki kick out of these things? And she gets back up. She kicked out of 2 belly-to-bellies. She's still in this. I don't know what this girl's made out of, but she's definitely got that dog in her. And Sailor Moon, monkey flip there in the middle of the ring with Natsuki. Natsuki's got to realize what's happening around here. She can't keep stalling for so long. And a strong forearm to the face. Now Sailor Moon's getting desperate, pulling out anything and everything possible to take down Natsuki even for just 1 second. Just enough for a 3 count. To the point where she's using the ropes here. Oh my gosh, she's cheating. I can't believe this. Cover, and it's a kick out once again. This girl is just made of steel here. And Natsuki gonna finish her off here. Plants her face first on the mat. And just like that, Natsuki's back in the fight. And Sailor Moon, they have underestimated her opponent. Jesus Christ. Sailor Moon now just trying to think of something. Anything possible just to wear her down. Which is why she's going to headbutt her in the corner despite the fact she can't reach the 3rd turnbuckle. And she's down. Disaster. Going for the kick, but Natsuki countered. Natsuki counters once again. Irish whips her in the corner. Running right at her forearm to the face. And Sailor Moon here in trouble. Natsuki thought of something here, but Sailor Moon saw it. Realized that something was going to happen. Went for a punch. Natsuki counters once again. She's got her up onto her shoulders. She was too heavy to do so. He doesn't eat enough to lift up women around here. And cover once again. Sailor Moon looking to finish this matchup early, but Natsuki refuses to give up. Sailor Moon realizing to herself, what do I got to do to put this girl away? What do I have to do to end this matchup for good? And she's just throwing everything at her, pulling out all the stops necessary to take down the champion. And this might be the end sequence, and there it is. Suplex for the victory. Sailor Moon this time knocked the wind out of Natsuki for the win. For the victory, for the W. You see her celebrating here. Big victory here tonight. Seems like there's a bit of a confrontation in the ring here. Natsuki going for the handshake. Maybe see a strong, good sportsmanship tonight. Definitely love when the music overlaps. And Natsuki, despite the fact that she put up a hell of a fight, she will respect a winner. But of course, this might be a different turn of events for next week. When, of course, the Sailor Idols fight for the Tag Team Championships. Big victory here. And coming up next, we saw the backstage altercation, the backstage fight that occurred last week on Fury between Emma and Sickle. That is an absolute grudge match, an absolute personal rivalry that's going to take place at Fall Brawl next week in a steel cage for the Knockouts Championship. But tonight, seems like Sickle is banned from the building here, and the Women's Knockouts Champion is going to speak here tonight. Let's see what Emma has got to say in preparation for her championship matchup. And the Knockouts Champion is in the building. We know that Sickle's not going to interfere here because we have security on every single door on the outside of the building. Unless she buys a ticket and, you know, jumps over the barricade. But then again, she's a paying fan at that point and she would be arrested. So Emma has a bit of, you know, peace of mind here tonight. Knowing that she could at least voice her thoughts for her upcoming title match. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the Fury Universe is in fine form tonight with no Sickle. And look, all of that love that you're giving me tonight, right back at you. Hey, I know I wouldn't be here without all of you. It'd be funny if she just like just interrupted her. Fury has been what it could be in a very long time. That's why I get when you guys are frustrated. I was a fan too. Hell, I still am a fan. Fans know when they deserve better, and with what's been going on around here lately with me and Sickle, her trying to beat me up, I understand it. I don't know what that last part said, but I think that's what she said. I'm not an aspiring reality show contestant. I'm not here to figure out what I'm going to do after Fury. I'm here for Fury, to be in Fury, to represent Fury, and to be your Kool Kids Klan Knockouts champion. Incredible, amazing. Just ignore the time she held the title for like 5 days. I'm going to do everything in my power to entertain you as much as possible. I don't care if that makes going for a title shot, or taking on management, or being in a cage match, which will be next week, or even just talking on this mic. Just loves putting on a smile in front of the people of North Carolina. Thank you all for being behind me. Thank you all for your support. What is this, a YouTube outro? I want you to know that without you, I never have the courage to fight for my dreams. And I will do you all proud when I beat Sickle next week and retain my Knockouts championship. That's definitely what it said in the script. And just like that, Emma voicing her thoughts to the crowd, letting her know that if she has to go through a steel cage to put this to rest, to put this rivalry on 6 feet under with Sickle, then that's exactly what she's gonna do. And coming up next, we have a matchup that's been leading up for the last few weeks. Hatsune Miku, of course, taking on 02 here tonight. We know 02 has definitely tried to make a name for herself at a Hatsune Miku's expense, and she could become a huge star after tonight if she defeats the longest reigning women's world champion in history. 02 looking to shatter her legacy here, to injure her, just get rid of her once and for all. And 02 looking to ruin it for everybody. Can Hatsune Miku finally defeat 02? Can she finally, well, she gets her hands on her finally in this Falls Count Anywhere matchup? Who's gonna win this brawl? We're gonna find out. And it's main event time here in the Kool Kids Klan Fury. And here comes 02, or as they like to say for Hispanic Heritage Month, Cero Dos. I don't know why I said that in an English accent.
Way to the ring from the fifth dimension,
And as you notice, there is no Karen Chungus in her corner tonight. She wants to test herself here by herself. She doesn't want Hatsune Miku making up excuses for when she said, quote unquote, when I defeat her here tonight. Obviously, Hatsune Miku 02 is a matchup that does not require any outside interferences such as Karen Chungus. 02 gives her more bragging rights if she does defeat Hatsune Miku tonight. And you see how confident she is. The cockiness, just the overall demeanor of her body language just shows that she's definitely got something up her sleeve when taking on Hatsune Miku in this Falls Count Anywhere matchup. And now here comes, arguably, you know what, not arguably, it's honestly not up to debate, one of the greatest competitors in Fury history, the former and longest reigning women's champion, Hatsune Miku.
and her opponent from Tokyo, Japan, Mean Cat.
Thank you, Joe and Joe for the voice crack. Hatsune Miku, you see she's focused, she's ready. Finally, she's gonna get her hands one-on-one against 02 here tonight. She's fed up. She understands, you know, she understands that 02's trying to make a name for herself around here. She's trying to build up her reputation on Fury, making sure that she can become as big of a star as Hatsune Miku's been. But Hatsune Miku is just in a whole other realm, a whole other world compared to 02. Hatsune Miku is going to show that there is a difference between you and I. There is a difference in our skills. There is a difference in our attention towards the crowd here. And you will never be like me. You will never be the next Hatsune Miku. And I don't think anyone ever will, honestly. 02 showing she doesn't need to be the next Hatsune Miku. She just needs to be the first 02. In that case, who happened to 01? Maybe 01 is Karen Chungus. Legally changes her name to 01. Hatsune Miku fired up, ready to go for this huge main event matchup. Of course, in a falls count anywhere situation, the only way to win this, of course, is by pinfall or submission. There are no disqualifications and no countouts. Only way to win this thing is literally just pinning them anywhere you want. They could fight on the outside of the parking lot if they need to. They can go backstage. They can do anything they need to win this fight. And Hatsune Miku seems like she's not really using the falls count anywhere rules here to her advantage. Showing that I don't need to pin you anywhere outside of this ring to prove my point. I can beat you in the middle of the ring here very effortlessly. And 0-2 just throwing hands on Hatsune Miku, and Hatsune Miku just struggling here in the early going of this matchup. And immediately just plants her on the mat. Oh my goodness. Hatsune Miku's got to be careful here. She knows 0-2's quick on her feet. Don't want to underestimate 0-2 either. And a nice elbow drop there. 0-2 going for the cover. As they say, can she pick up a victory in the going of this matchup? It is going to be a kick out. Hatsune Miku doesn't look so good in the going of this so far. And now just 0-2 just slamming her head, the back of her head on that mat. Good lord. And 0-2, I mean, yeah, they're not really implementing the falls count anywhere rules so far in this matchup, but it's only a matter of time before one of them, ends up going to the outside and the other's going to end up following them. And 0-2 in trouble. Hatsune Miku throws an uppercut, and now a slap to the chest. 0-2's in trouble in the corner. Hatsune Miku's going to run at her. Went for a drop kick, but 0-2 managed to escape. Goes for the crucifix there, slander on the mat. Hatsune Miku in trouble here. Cover, is this it? Can she pick up a victory here in the main event? It's going to be a kick out by Hatsune Miku. 0-2. She would just make her entire personality for the next going months. Just her. What the hell? Emmy? What is Emmy doing here? We haven't seen Emmy in forever. And now she's just, oh my god, she's beating up Hatsune Miku. What is happening? What am I witnessing? That explains why 0-2 came out here so cocky in the beginning of this matchup. She's gonna have Emmy come out here, who we haven't seen in so long, do the dirty work for her. And just like that, 0-2's back in this matchup. And Hatsune, I don't know honestly what she's gonna think about here. And now just raking at the hand of Hatsune Miku, and she rolls to the outside. But Hatsune Miku, she's got an even bigger mountain to climb here. Obviously, 0-2 cannot win these things on her own, apparently. But now they're fighting on the outside. These two now using the false count anywhere rules. And she could make her submit here. It doesn't necessarily have to be, pinfall. But I guess it does. Hence the name falls count anywhere. And now these two women fighting on the outside here as Hatsune Miku goes for the kick to the gut. Kick to the face here. And now just multiple kicks. Hatsune Miku's pissed off now. And 0-2, watch out. Hatsune Miku's going to counter and just trip her here. Flatline her face first on the goddamn floor. And now she throws her back in the ring. Hatsune Miku wants to finish this thing already. 0-2's got to watch out behind her. Even with the distractions that occurred, might not be enough to defeat her. Hatsune Miku sets it up, and there it is. The sleeper hold. And this might be the end of the matchup. 0-2's in trouble. She's struggling. Is she going to tap out here to Hatsune Miku? She's still fighting, though. 0-2 is not giving up this early in the fight. 0-2 knows that a lot of her momentum, everything that she said the past few weeks, is going to lead up to this point. If she can't back it up here, nobody's ever really going to take her seriously. Cover, is this it? Oh, and it's a very close 3 count, but not enough for a victory here. Hatsune Miku didn't even kick out. She more of lifted her shoulder. And now 0-2 fighting back against the former women's champion. Things not looking good for Hatsune Miku here in this matchup. 0-2 went for a kind of bit of a test of strength. Manages to push her away from her though. Now neck jawbreaker there on 0-2. You see her holding it there. And Hatsune Miku's just going to party in front of the crowd. Look at the guy in the yellow shirt just losing his mind here. And now Hatsune Miku, comeback sequence. This could be the point of this matchup where she's going to get the victory. She's quick, agile on her feet, letting her know exactly why she was women's champion for as long as she was. And 0-2, on the other hand, completely not phased by her. And my goodness, just whiplashed her neck on that apron. On that, near the apron in the ropes. And now 0-2. After the octopus hold, this might be it. Can you imagine if Hatsune Miku taps out here to 0-2? And she just did! Oh my god! 0-2! Just like that, she made Hatsune Miku quit. You better put some damn respect on her name now after this matchup. I mean, honestly, not at 100%. She needed a random appearance by Emmy, apparently, to come in here and do her work. She knew that Karen Chungus was not going to be involved in this. So what was her thought process? Let me bring in somebody else. And for Hatsune Miku, there was a lot going on here that she could not handle at the end of the day. And 0-2 with the big victory here tonight in the main event. Might as well call her main event 0-2. What would be a good catchy name for this occasion? And my god, I can't even... She's gonna start bragging about this in 2 weeks on Fury. I cannot believe this. We thank you for joining us here, everybody. We're gonna run down the card for Fall Brawl next week. Our special event. Of course, we're gonna have the Knockouts Championship Steel Cage that will be kicking off the show with Emma defending against Sickle. That's gonna be a hell of a fight. And then we have Chad and Roy teaming up together to take on the team of Even X-Flow and General Hans. And then we have the Mobzilla and Dan match one final time. If Mob loses, he is done. He is gone from Revolt. And then we have the Women's Tag Team Championship on the line with the Literature Club. Sayori Natsuki defend against the Sailor Idols, Mio Honda, and Sailor Moon. The World Tag Team Championship on the line with Cars 3, CEO and Kun take on the Minions. Bob and Kevin, the Break the Bank contract will be on the line when Jive Owens defends the briefcase, the contract against itsspewt, and then the main event, the Women's World Championship. The challenger has decided this will be a submission match. She wants to make Lois Griffin quit. And that's exactly what might happen when Lois Griffin defends against Reign next week at Fall Brawl. We thank you for joining us, and good night, everybody.